So I did a little decorating over here while I was stripping cars. Tell me if you can see the decoration.
Booyah. That's beautiful.
Pretty good.
What does that say?
I think it says
Pomona?
either.
Hammond? Where did that come from?
Don't know, but it's here. This is the segment called Radiator Killer. The most simple design that you'd overlook 100 times is what's killing our radiators. It's not the damage on these Honda. It's not the damage that you can see, the wrinkled front end and the pushed over and everything. But when you look under here, what's taking out most of our radiators are these whole placement dealios. I want to call them pucks, but they're not pucks. What these pucks do is they hold on the top of the radiator. See how this right here where my finger is the top of the radiator. It's a nipple that gets placed inside this holding, and it holds it from the radiator falling towards the motor. Great design, except for when we're using the cars like we are. This puck stays in place, but it rips off the top of the radiator and leaves the hole. I'm gonna try to figure out a way to see if this is repairable. I could see she was driving around, and on the left turns, it was puking out steam to the right.
People know that generally after a big destruction event, we kind of go through kind of like I guess you could say the itinerary, looking through each car, going over the stock and seeing what is beat up, what needs fixing from the previous event. Now, one of the you could say that the trailer cars are among the biggest fixes. Shayla's car, luckily, of all the cars that are ready to go, hers is the one that's most ready to go, most likely.
Yeah, in theory. Your car has some work to do. We have some water pump issues and maybe some tune-up jobs to do. My car is the biggest question mark. As you remember, it didn't run day of destruction. It wouldn't stay running in the pit area. So that's when I had to drive that car over there. When I went to go to crank this car over just to see if it still ran, got a flat tire. No. When I went to crank this car over to see if it ran, I was getting yelled at quickly by our buddy Daniel over at LA Racing to stop what I was doing because it was pouring fuel out from under the car. When the mattress was on fire under her car, it was burning the fuel lines towards the back of the car.
Well, that's not a big issue. I mean, fuel and fire don't really mix.
Exactly. That's the first thing we have to do is replace the fuel lines, which could be a difficult task on a car like this because there's specialty fuel lines for a fuel injected car. But you want to stick with the high pressure lines because fuel injection creates a lot higher pressure fuel line. So you don't want a fuel issue during an event. So that's going to be the first thing to do. And then other than that, another fuel issue in a completely different direction, my Cadillac is going to be the biggest question.
My car is not as much of an issue to the point of us being overly concerned, but it needs work. We had that big water leak that was starting to show up. It looks like the water pump is something that we need to replace on this car. My car did appear to be overheating pretty badly near the end, so I shut it off and still managed to finish third. That was cool. The motor was kind of running rough, and I don't know if that's because it was overheating, but it didn't feel like it had its kick. It didn't feel like it had its power, and it didn't feel healthy. The other thing is that once again in this trailer race, I went in without power steering fluid. That's the second time we've done that. The suspension was better off than when it was because I didn't have a broken tie rod. However, it still towed out, and that is causing me to squeal the tires pretty badly throughout an event. If we could get rid of that, it would help with the steering. It would help with me being able to catch up to cars. I've been having an issue where it wants to turn one way or the other. That's because the toe's out. It doesn't like to go straight, of all things. So that's something that we're going to have to adjust. Everything else is kind of a jumbled mess right now because we're figuring out what we're going to do. We know what cars we're going to run in the skid plate race, which are our skid plate cars, the ones you keep seeing us run. They're actually over in the tech bay waiting to get full-on cages because at some point we're probably going to want to run that in the figure 8 race. My figure 8 car, possible motor issues. My Tommy's figure 8 car, definite motor issues. You blowed up. We don't know which cars we're running in the Enduro. We don't know which cars we're running and pulling in the chain race. So we always love history lessons from our cars here on the Low Budgets. Well, I'd like to thank Enrique Badass for donating his car to the junkyard. Thank you, Mr. Badass. So if I had to guess what I was driving, it would be a 1990 Acura Integra. Enrique had some taste. So really, this car's been kind of uneventful, to be honest. Whoever did own this car, despite the fact that the seats are completely torn up, the seat covers tell me that they bought this car used, put seat covers over it, made it actually out to be a decent car, runs pretty nice. Biggest problems are the windows. So I don't know if they got rid of it because they were like, ah, screw it, at this point we'll just get another used car or a new car. How's your car look, Matt?
So far, so good.
Nothing crazy?
Not yet.
Fuck these guys. The Quizno subs. Oh, shoot. Oh, I hit the jackpot. Oh, so I pulled out that seat cover, right?
Yeah.
And there was some shit in it. Just stuff that I was like, ew. Envelopes. Ladies and gentlemen, I have a notice of missing health document, physical exam needed. Ladies and gentlemen, you know what I just found in this car?
My Little Pony.
How about a BlackBerry? Anyone looking for their T-Mobile? Something tells me this thing's taking a little bit of a beating though. Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. Heroes and a half soul. Do I need the manual for this car, you think?
Yeah, in case you break down.
In case I break down. Ha ha. Whoa, what's going on over here?
I'm customizing your door to give you the Back to the Future look.
I mean, Steve has.
Thank you.
Finger it.
Our Vegas trip's off. The door handle on this thing broke. We're not street legal anymore.
What? For all the loud noises we do make on the low budgets, there's always a security guard over at the trucking lot over there who hears all of this junk. And he's probably always convinced that we're dying, dead, or killing somebody. And in most cases, he's usually right on one. Oh, Mobin. Get the F-O. Yeah! I call that a victory any day. I've missed every shot, which means chances.
What are you doing? Throwing screws away?
Yeah.
Throw them in your car.
No.
Why not? Now we got 4 tires to replace.
Well, this guy's Shayla's car. We're gonna replace those tires anyways. Am I right? Hubba. Give me a hubba.
And don't you guys know nothing?
Probably. I can't see the other. Should the motor be coming out with it? Or maybe I can do that.
No, it's still stuck. I can see it. Oh, can you grab a 15 then?
13?
15.
Oh, shit! Tommy, what the heck's going on in here?
We're making a taco.
Why is this being such a pain in the butt?
Back in the old days, you needed a key to take down the seats.
Life's a beautiful thing. Here.
Pull on that side.
Oh my
Chuck E. Cheese
God!
Chuck E. Cheese ticket. Okay, pull the seat.
Hurrah. Just in the next few days is going to be a Bronies React to the Season 5 trailer. That's right. Future me has seen Season 5. Or at least some of Season 5. I'm past me as I watch this now. And I haven't seen it yet. So I will always be in this spot of not knowing. Me, the one you're watching, will have never known what Season 5 had in store. But I'm wondering.